What is one big lesson you have learned as a mother?
One big lesson is actually to be patient. Because these babies, sometimes they may get into your nerves, but how you respond, they see, they watch, they hear. So for me, what I've learned over time is to be patient with them and also to learn to listen to them.
Hi guys, how you doing? Welcome to Power Talk. This is where we have real, candid and raw conversations. And today I have my very good friend. She's not just a financial advisor. Of course, you've seen her here before. And I want you to also know one thing about her today, which she thrives in doing very well. She is a mother. And we are going to focus on that today. So she will introduce herself, especially telling us how many children do you have, and especially the scope of families, so that we can delve into that aspect today. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Wow. Oh, thank you so much, Martha. It's nice to be here again. Today I want to be just a mom.
I know.
Yeah, I'm a mom. I'm a mom to two beautiful children, a boy and a girl, 5 years and 3 years. So we actually under 5. And above all, I'm also married to an amazing husband. And we love doing parenthood together, and this journey has not been, I can't say it has been easy, but we learn as we go on. Yeah.
Wow, 2. I mean, that means if there are 2 under 5, they were once 2 under 2 or 2 under 1. Or I mean 2 under 3.
2 under 2.
2 under 2.
Yeah, because
Able to tell us that experience, because I think that is usually one of the ghettoest motherhood experiences I've ever had.
Yeah. Of course, I remember when my second born was born, I actually did tandem breastfeeding, where you breastfeed the 2 babies.
Hey.
And because when the second one was born, the first born was still a young baby.
Okay.
She was still clinching, and I couldn't have just let her go out of my space. So I used to breastfeed both until now. The older one knew now I can give it to my younger baby brother, and the journey has been amazing. Of course, there has been ups. There has been, especially with the discipline. I remember I told you the other day it is so hard to discipline the second one. I thought he was going to learn much from the first one, but a table stand on me really hard.
Especially when they say the first one, when it is a girl, definitely they will teach the younger person. Is it really true?
The second one, let's say the second one is not teachable.
Depends, basically.
Yeah, depends. Yeah, it's a game of depending.
Okay.
So for me, what I can say that motherhood is the greatest journey, because God entrusts you with, of course, little ones. You become like a small God to them. They trust you. If you tell them that's bad, they trust you. Even though something is good, if you tell them it's bad, they are going to trust you. And my greatest hope is to ensure that I'm very candid and I'm also very truthful with them, with the issues of life, and above all to be very honest with them, because I don't want to reach to a point where they have lost trust with me completely.
So I wanted to understand one thing. There was you before being a mother, and now there is you after being a mother. Is there any difference between the 2 people? Is there, we hear people say things change.
Yeah, that's huge. Yeah, huge. Because I remember when I was just, even before marriage, when I was just me, every decision was just centered around me. You get married, you have to consult before you make a majority of the decisions. Now when the babies come, you go to shopping. I mean, example, you go to shopping intending to buy something for yourself, but you end up buying for them. It doesn't happen. So motherhood changes you 360. It actually makes you mature. It actually makes you think about life with a purposeful meaning. You're not like jumpy like how you used to be, but in terms of how you want to raise this person, you want to, of course, by the end of the day, you want to give them a better life than what you got, and you want to bring them up with the best values. Especially for me, I'm a Christian. I want to give them the best values that a Christian mom would give.
Wow. Yeah, I agree. Motherhood changes you. In fact, I think you actually get reborn in the process of birthing your child. It is like you died and you came out a new person, because you can't remain the same when you're handling another new life as part of your journey. Now we are in the reason why I want us to actually just discuss motherhood today is because I think this generation, I don't know if it's Gen Z or the latest millennials or whoever it is, the young people who are not married nowadays are really embracing the culture of childlessness. What would you say about that? Is it because they're probably experiencing past pain, or are they afraid of what is expected in the near future, especially looking at how things are becoming harder economically and everything, and they're like, I don't think I can manage someone in my life? So probably just say something about that.
I've seen Gen Z have not the like newly Gen Z in terms of age, but the Gen Z that are closer to the last age group of millennials. They have this burden to actually help their parents, and I've talked to a couple of them, and the feedback is always, I don't want to start a family before I build for my mom. I don't want to start a family before I do this back home. I don't want to start a family before I do this, that. I want to break that generational, I don't want to call it a curse, but that generational trend where my mom keeps depending on me. I want to bring up my child that she knows that she got my back. That's why they just want to be, first of all, to be financially stable. And you see, with being financially stable, it also comes with age. You can't tell me you are 21 or 23 and you're financially stable. You know, back in our age, we thought, majority of us, we thought that we get married and the man has to cater for everything in the house. Right now, we have career women. We have to show what we are bringing on the table. We just can't be stay-at-home moms. And for Gen Z, and of course some millennials, that's what they want to do. That's why they say, for me, I don't want to start a family until I am financially stable. I'm at a place where I can afford my child. And I don't want also to burden my child to the ages where the child, especially our parents and also our grandmothers, they actually took their children as a retirement plan. You see, you're taking this child to school so that this child can help you in your old age. They didn't have any other goal apart from taking their children.
That is why they want to have as many as possible.
That's why they wanted to have as many as possible, because their goal was to have them as a retirement plan. But right now, that narrative has changed. Actually, a friend of mine, we were joking a few days ago, like the friend of mine, where we are saying millennials are the last people to take care of their parents. Because I don't think a Gen Z doesn't care, like especially I would say the Gen Z that are I think 2000 years plus, not 2000, that were born 2000, in the early 2000, they don't care so much about their parents. They are going to stand and ask you, where were you when people were grabbing the lands? Where were you when they will have that audacity to ask you that. And if you have not set a better background, they will keep questioning. And they will have a ground of not helping you. So guys, I know we can say so much about this, especially because it's a very, very sensitive topic. I actually want to hear, do you think in this generation we really want to have children?
we really want, is it becoming a scare? Is it becoming, because we are having as many people who are even taking permanent courses towards not having children in the future, and they are embracing it because of so many things. I want to hear from you guys. Of course, you're allowed to comment and ask any questions down below. Apart from that, definitely like, subscribe, and share. So Winnie, we now have this kind of people that have mentioned that honestly do not want children at all. You know, there is those ones who are like, I will pause it for some time, then if things actually allow, I'm still open-minded to that. But there are these people who have actually taken permanent decisions towards that. They are even doing the sterilizations, so many things they're doing nowadays to make sure they don't have children. What do you think about that? Do you think it's a trauma response? Do you think it's understanding yourself enough so that you can actually make the right decisions based on who you are, or that sort of arrangement? What do you think about it?
That's a very good question. My thought on it, I would just take you back. You see, in our parent, during actually not our, let me take it to the generation of our grandparents. You see, for them, they knew that a child is a communal responsibility. You could get a child and the mother would maybe hardly ever hold the baby, because the baby would be, there were a lot of people who are willing to help. But right now, especially in the town setup, you get a baby, even you don't know the name of your neighbor. You just in the house, this baby is just crying, and you feel, or maybe someone just comes and visits over and they say, I don't want to be in this situation. So I think it's how the society has been made to feel that if I bring a child in this world, it is only me who is going to take care of this child. Because long are the days where a child will be brought up by the community. Long are gone those days. And truth be told, if someone makes such a decision, you know, by the end of the day, right now, because of the internet, we have, like, the world has become a global village. They are either, I've seen people who have made it and they have succeeded, maybe in the West, but they are trying to maybe emulate them in the African setup.
But I think I agree. You know, definitely, I would say, again, parenting is not a must. You know, sometimes we have been made to believe it's a part of life. You have to be a parent. I think if you really know you're not ready for that, it's not wrong not to take that course, because sometimes, for real, people are actually being raised in places where they are not even wanted just because somebody had to be a parent. You know, but if we can actually embrace the fact that being a parent is not necessary. It's not something that you have to do, not from a point of, I don't want to be a parent where I fear so many things that will happen. You know, those ones can actually be things that don't have a better end game. But consciously knowing that I know I am not ready to be one. I'm not in that mental space. I am not financially stable. I am not able to actually be able to take care of another human being. No, that's self-awareness. That is very okay. But these others where we have just decided to gang up and say, hey, motherhood will make me not party. Motherhood will destroy the fact that I want to grow my career ladder and all those things. Yes, those things might slow down, but at the end of the day, what do you want as a person? That day when you are ending your life, what would you have truly wanted? So I want to ask your personal experience about motherhood in the initial years, how demanding it is, and just prepare maybe a young mother out here who feels, hey, me, either I am planning to be one very soon, and they are afraid, because we have those people who really want to be there, but they're like, hey, me, the process is really scary, I can't even get there, because you've had actually two, leave alone just one, two, when they're very young at that stage. How is that? How did you survive that season? What were your ways to just be yourself? And especially because if you've watched our previous videos, this lady is still scaling her career heights, and she's still managing so much with her life. So how have you been able to still maintain who Winnie is in that season?
I would say it's how I survived it. Let me just call it how I survived it. Is having a stronger supportive system. My husband has been there throughout, and he's not the type that says that changing diapers is a woman's job. He has been there. He has bathed our kids. He has changed those diapers, and I believe if you have people, the people who are surrounding you, and he also gave me some off days as a mom, which were very helpful, where I could go out with a friend. Of course, I've already pumped and expressed there's milk for the baby, so he could give me like a whole day, just go breathe some air, of course, and also maybe catch up with your friends, that you don't feel like as if you are left out. And that really helped me, especially with my mental state, because I knew if I didn't have those kind of moments, it was so easy for me to get that postpartum depression.
I agree. Support system is very important. The problem is when all the weight is on you. It was not really designed to be a one-person job. I mean, a human being is a whole lot of job. This is a life. It's not like a machine I'm actually looking after. And it's not like a one-day job. It's a lifetime job. It's like where people say it's just like a month and I'll be good. No, it's a lifetime. You start taking care of this child, you're going to know how they're going to shape up in the future. You have I believe when God blesses us with a child, He gives us like an empty paper or a model. So it is up to us to model this child according to how you want them to be. So basically, everyone should find how they can find a support system. You know, the people who feel like maybe I'm an orphan, I'm not married, and I happen to have a child. Probably just find yourself in a place where you can have people who will be there for you in that season. Because mothers, we are used so much to being the A to Z, like we are the alpha and omega when it comes to childbearing. We are the alpha and omega when it comes to childbearing, and so you don't want anyone else to help you, especially in the initial stages of motherhood. So it's good to be helped. You're not less of a mom when you're tired, when you feel like you're exhausted and you can't even take care of this child. It's human. I mean, you are tired, you need help,
and also you need that help, and also you need the rest so that you can be a better mom in the next couple of hours or in the next days to come. Because I've seen this analogy that the moms always feel guilty, especially maybe when they take a vacation. But imagine you need that rest so that you can be a better mom, because the child does not need a cranky mom, a yelling mom, a shouting mom. They need a mom who is sober, who is in their best element, such that this child gets the best version of you.
And especially because even in life we always need breaks. I mean, even in motherhood you need to breathe. You need to make sure you're intentional about it, because what makes it so hard is the cycle can be so repetitive, you don't even know what to do when you're in the middle of it. So you have to be very intentional with creating that time, or else it doesn't happen. So there is something you have mentioned that I would want you to, I know it's a pain it's like a thorn in the flesh to mothers. It's having nannies. Probably you had a good nanny. What would you talk about the nanny experiences, especially when your child is young? Does it get better? Is it something that is still an issue even when the children grow?
I think it depends on the personality of the nanny, because there are some households where you see like they have been having one nanny for over even 7 years, but they are also some households where the nanny does not even last even 3 days. Us as the bosses, let me just call us as the bosses, we should always know that this nanny who is coming to our house, even though she is a stranger, we should treat them like they are human beings, because I believe this person is staying with your child maybe longer than you stay with this child. And also this person is also maybe the one who is preparing your meals, he's preparing the baby to sleep. So if you ask me, does it get better, I would just say it just depends with the personality. If you treat this person good, because I know, but the people are going to say, but I've been treating her well, I don't know what happened. So even on the part of the nanny, it's also to reciprocate. If the boss is treating you well, also reciprocate by respecting them. Because when you are in their house, you are actually under authority. Like for example, if you are employed somewhere and you have bosses on top of you, you can, like above you of course, you cannot just get out of the office and say maybe you want to go run your own errands. You have to get the permission, you have to act in a respectful manner. The same way the nannies should also respect us. They should act in a respectful manner. If they want to go run their errands, it is always courteous to seek for permission. But majority of the time, that's where maybe the friction comes in. If there is friction, I always advocate just sit down and try talk to your nanny, ask her where the problem is, and see how you can both of you can work towards mending the relationship.
Because I think for me, I think real character development is not in the relationships, it is with nannies. I mean, there's that character development and there's this other one, because those ones, they come raw and haina mapenzi, iko tu vile inakuja. With nannies, I think the challenge is we might not have the same mindset. These are people, looking at our culture of how we take nannies in, it is usually people who come from very, very extreme backgrounds and are just looking for something they can start off life with. So probably they don't even have that exposure. They don't know how should I even behave in a work environment. So I think the first thing is for you to train them. Train them, because if you don't, they are likely to just let you down immediately, because they don't know what you're talking about. They're not educated. Some of them are, but they just don't have the grit to understand some of these things. So I think that is usually the biggest challenge, because it's easier for you to think like that, like in terms of our work environment, because you're trained, you know what it is to be in a professional environment. But nannies are like me, niko nyumbani bana. I just have to be like I'm in a home. So I think that's the hardest balance, but I believe we can get through it. So what is one lesson you have learned as a mother? What is one big lesson you have learned as a mother?
One big lesson is actually to be patient. Because these babies, sometimes they may get into your nerves, but how you respond, they see, they watch, they hear. So for me, what I've learned over time is to be patient with them, and also to learn to listen to them, because they have stories, and in the midst of those stories, they're going to tell you their fears. I remember last week, my son, the younger boy, he's actually 3 years, he came and told me, Mommy, in the midst of our stories, actually I was in the kitchen cooking, Mommy, I dreamt about there's some bird who was coming, there's a bird that was biting me. Then I asked him, did you actually call me or Daddy? No, I didn't call you. What did you do? Because I'm strong, you have taught me to be strong, and I have muscles, so I was able to beat the bird. You see, just even though no matter how small they are, just continue talking to them, continue affirming them, continue telling them that they are handsome or they are beautiful. It is in those small gestures that they get their confidence. So what I've learned as a mom is to be patient, to listen to them, and to affirm them.
I think there's so many lessons you can learn as a mother. Is there any other school bigger than the school of parenting? There's not, and I think we will even have, next time we'll have the father's perspective, because I think we all have different experiences. What is one thing you would tell an upcoming mother? Just one thing, this one, hey, you better just know this before you enter this hood.
So someone who is wishing or is in the process of getting to be a parent or a mom is to be prepared, and also to make sure that they have built themselves walls, especially the support system walls, because as I mentioned earlier in the days, baby was a community affair. But now you may feel as if you're alone, but if you have built, even though maybe you're not even married, but you have close friends who can come check up on you, make sure that you have that support system, and also give yourself time. Like you can't deliver today and the next day you want to snatch back. You need give your body time, because we may be in the process of, I just want to be how I was before motherhood, but things have changed. You have brought into this world a new whole being, so you have to give yourself time, and you have to be patient with yourself, and also be patient with that child.
Discipline. Thank you so much, Winnie. I think what I can tell a mother, whatever has come in my mind right now is basically, do not be a mother before you be someone's partner. I mean, we are in that generation where people are being told nizalie kwanza ndo niamini unanipenda. Please don't fall for that. Don't fall for that. Do not be a mother before you become someone's partner, someone's committed partner in life. Somebody who this is my partner for life, because like we've said, motherhood is, something you can do alone. If you do it alone, you realize so many bitter people are those people who have not been able to have that support system, not because they wanted. Sometimes circumstances force them to be in that situation. But again, it's very strenuous. It makes you, and most people who react are usually just tired. So it's just them being tired. It's just them being overwhelmed by situations. They have nothing else to give. They're basically empty because they've been giving throughout with no one to help them. So basically, I just say, do life as it should be done, and try your best to, navigate the seasons as they should be. Otherwise, stop falling for these other things and shenanigans who are telling us to do outside here. So probably one message
to a mom,
to any parent now.
To any parent, one is to give you, actually to congratulate you that you have made it to be a parent, and you have been an intentional parent. If you are not, purpose to be an intentional parent, and purpose to spend time. Nowadays with the busy careers, we rarely spend time with our children. Purpose to actually allocate time to spend with your child, because this child, by the end of the day, you want them to have the best values, and no one can teach them those best values apart from you.
True.
So purpose to be an intentional present parent.
Wow, thank you so much, Winnie. I think because I'm also a parent, I just find myself saying so much. I also want to just say, you can't be a better and intentional parent without you becoming a better person. So you have to grow. Definitely you have to grow. So if you think parenting is just a walk in the park in terms of, I'll just raise my child, it's just feeding them, it's just giving them food, buying diapers, etc. It's more than that. The most noble job is actually for you to be able to be the person who they can look up to, be their role model, to be the person who they'll say, I want to be like mom. I think for me that would be the best thing. I don't want anyone else to actually say I'm their role model if my child won't say that. And if your child says that, it is true.
It's true.
The rest might not know you.
They have seen.
Yes. The rest see your highlight. But your child, for them to call you their role model, definitely they have seen both sides, but they know this is my mom, this is my dad. So basically, you have to grow, you have to become better for these people, and make sure at the end of the day, you are not doing it alone. You have God at the center of it all. Thank you so much for joining us. Of course, this is Power Talk, and we are here every Monday at 8 a.m. And I believe you shall continue to also engage with us. You are always allowed to comment, ask questions, talk to us even in our social media platforms, and anywhere, even if you meet in the streets. Make sure you give us your ideas, tell us your whatever you feel like you need to, and you're also allowed to be here. So thank you so much, and have a nice week.